Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday. And I hope everybody is having, well, was having, since we're getting to the end of the week, but I hope everybody has had a good weekend. Um, I admit I started this a little bit later than I scheduled, but I hope nevertheless that you are open to some insights for tonight. And I am especially looking forward to, for this Oracle forecast, what Friday is going to bring because, well, Friday is my birthday. So there's going to be some pretty good stuff uh, going on. I don't honestly, outside of the Nanooka special, which I'm still trying to think about what to do then, um, I'm honestly pretty clueless of what I'm gonna do on the day itself. But I know like birthdays, they tend to kind of set the tone for the remainder of the year, kind of similarly to how you do certain things in a new year. Then it kind of sets the tone for like the rest of the birth of like that year you're doing. So I'm trying to figure out what to do for my birthday. So if anybody has any suggestions, let me know. But one thing's for sure, I've got something to do the day after my birthday. Uh oh, thank you so much. One thing's for sure, I got something I gotta do. I'm gonna do after my birthday, literally the day after, because I'm happy to say the Queen Herbie concert is back on. So um hopefully I'll be able to actually make it. But the plan is gonna go up to New York, check out this exhibition. Shout out to Root to Rise Tarot. She told me there was an exhibition in this library museum in New York. My dad's actually been there before, and it's pretty cool. I've had photos of it, and hoping to go there, and then in the evening hours, I am hoping to go to the Queen Herbie concert in New York. Last I checked, there's still some tickets left, so fingers crossed. Um, it is. It's storming up a little bit. There's a little bit of a thunderstorm going on. I like thunderstorms. There's kind of a mysterious nature to them. And funnily enough, I got back from cleansing my friend's house, and then it started raining after the ceremony was completed. So I think I did something there. I feel pretty proud of myself. It was like the first house cleansing I've ever led, and I think it went really well. I mean, my friend wished for abundance, and after the ceremony was done, we noticed a quarter on the ground. So I was like, okay, I think this is working. But yeah, yeah, it's been pretty good. I was supposed to go to the concert yesterday, but unfortunately, logistically, I just couldn't get it to work out. So I'm gonna take a little leap of faith and um, try for the concert up in New York because. I mean, I don't know if you've seen Queen Herbie's lives, and funnily enough, she's performing in Boston on my birthday as well before coming back down to New York for her final show. But she does this. I don't know if you guys know the song, but she does this song called High Priestess. She released it like late last year. It's a pretty new song. Um, when she gets into the part where she says, "Please step into my office," she leads this cathartic audience scream, kind of like a giant Reiki session. For like 10 or 20 seconds, you just scream your heart out, and she just channels it out to the universe, just bless and release it, like the song says, and then just keeps going. It's it's kind of incredible to watch. I was able to watch it live on TikTok. Um, I don't know if she's performing tonight, but I know for sure if you just scroll through her shorts, whether it's on Instagram or on TikTok, you should be able to see it. It's pretty cool. Um, So I'm kind of hoping to get a little bit of that 33-year-old turning 30, just turned 34 catharsis through that. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. So if you want to help contribute to the concert fund, you can check out my coffee page, coffee.com/Tondrasia, or just continue tuning in or donate bits. But the bits are going to they're going to kick in after her tour is over. So the coffee page is the much easier place. So just letting you know that. But anyway, um, getting away from myself for a little bit, we're gonna focus on our first Oracle forecast since I got back from Japan. Y'all have been so patient with me, so thank you for that. Even though I've had like such a shortage of doing streams, I'm just glad to be back. I missed it a lot. Sorry a little late as well because I did these. I needed to fix up my nails. My blue was chipping off quite a bit, so I figured, especially since apparently my color for this season is red, so I decided to embrace that a little bit and get back to my reds. And I would love that, actually, if you got the time. Thank you. That last one you did was pretty incredible. Thank you. So let's get this week read out, and then tonight I'm gonna keep it to 7 people. I really am seriously gonna keep it to 7 people. Once 7 people fill up the queue, it's locked, and I am not doing any more. So just giving a heads up because I also my brother and his family came over for the summer just today. They drove all the way up from Florida via um, Roanoke Rapids. So so I need to like stop being so antisocial and get down there after this. So even though I am social with you guys right now, but like you know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's so easy to get stuck in the desk. I've been like reorganizing my stuff and I'm like 70% there. It's literally just placing the stuff where it needs to go and then I'm pretty much done. I have some clean sheets already ready to go in my mom's room, so I'm gonna bring it back in here and fix the bed, and I'm pretty much good to go. uh, Ooh, that is a distraction card, but I feel like taking out the Eight of Wands for some reason. Okay. All right. Okay. I will try to do my best to do this really fast, Messa, and then we can get the energy reading going. Unless you're already energy healing going. Unless you've already started. In that case, then you can keep doing what you're doing. Okay. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And yeah, it did. Like the heat in general has been getting on me. It's more so the humidity. Like the humidity just it's just been a lot. Yeah, the heat especially here. It's just been a trial and a half, but I'm managing. Hmm. Do colors mean anything to you, Messa? I forgot to ask. Or like, because I know like for some people it kind of varies. For some people it's kind of like a traditional chakra system, and in other ones it's kind of like a temperature map. Like one Reiki practitioner I had a really amazing massage from, by the way. Like it's like she managed to like match up massage with Reiki. Um she kind of sees like energy like a temperature map. So like certain colors mean like a more intense thing. Oh yeah, that's right. You did. You did put the meetings in Discord. You guys call them Reddit's like intensity. Mm. I mean, then again, I have been going through a few intense things over the past like 72 hours. I've been journaling almost every day. It's just this past couple of days I haven't been on top of it, but hoping to get back on top of it tonight. After this stream, but there's been a lot of revelations and like realizing like, yeah, there's a lot of things that I think I finally know what I need to do, and it's just having the courage to do them. And I think it's just with like feelings, like I've been closing off quite a bit, and it's like now I'm really figuring it out, like what's been going on, and I'm ready to let this go. 34 is my next stage. Well, 35 in the Asian terms, but I'm ready to let it all go and move on to my next chapter and just not get so heated. Not get so heated. And don't worry, guys. Um, mm, yeah. Yeah, and I usually do, and yeah, I guess it was kind of a reminder of like, yeah, I need to be more on top of that. Thank you. Um, like I'll do that now as well. I have a really nice cleansing spray that I got from this really nice lady from Japan that I really need to see her again the next time I'm in the area. Whew. Okay. So, got a couple of Queen Herbie songs for us as well. So, a couple little light playlists for those who want to get in the vibe of the of the musical energy. But let us go ahead and get started. And rest assured, don't worry, there's nothing wrong with your sound. I'm just not. I usually with the Oracle forecasts, I don't play music in the background, so that way people can like fully focus on the moment, and then I play it once I get to the reading portion of the stream. So for those who are tuning in just now, don't worry, you haven't missed anything. We're just about to get started with the days. So we got a jumper, funnily enough, um with this week's Oracle forecast, which in some ways is not surprising because, um, yeah, there's not really much left. Yahoo! Yeah, so, uh, yeah, so we got a jumper, but I mean, considering this week is also my birthday, it's happening on a Friday, so really hard to believe that my birthday's like 5 days away. Feels so surreal. But this popped up when I was shuffling. The Eight of Wands. So, Eight of Wands is usually about like upcoming good news and a resolution. So, what? I'm younger than you. That is surreal. I'm so used to being the old, like seriously myself, like I'm so used to being the oldest person in the room. So the fact that there's somebody old, dude, you do not look it at all. What? That's incredible. I thought you were like about my age, maybe a little younger. So, wow, man, that's amazing. Well, I feel kind of ridiculous now. It's 1989. It's right there, but still. I feel kind of ridiculous. Um, but yeah, Eight of Wands. It's usually about like a positive resolution, like good news and momentum. So So I wonder what this positive resolution is. I'm kind of excited to see what this week has in store. But this is just the fact that I jumped out first. I'm kind of wondering what the rest of the week is going to hold. So let's go ahead and check out the rest of the week, and we will open up with some reading. So I reopened the queue, so you should be able to use exclamation point join for those who are on the Twitch side of things. So if you want a reading, this is the time to do it. And I'm maxing it out to 7 today. So once I hit 7 people, I'm closing the queue. So because I got family that came over, so I want to be present with them this summer. And hello, G Rock, and hello, SLG Jenny Blogs. Welcome to the stream. So we are about to jump into our Oracle forecast tonight. So if you want a reading afterwards, jump into the queue. Well, we're limited to 7 people tonight, so jump in there, and I will read you. Of course, knowing me, knowing how much I like to blab, I'm probably going to be like adding like 3 more people in the mix of things. Yeah, absolutely. I actually I don't know if you saw my box live stream, um, the other day, but the box arrived, and I'm happy to say that everything that I packed in there made it, so I feel really relieved. So there was that. Maybe that's some of the emotional intensity you probably detected, Messa. I don't know. But let's go ahead and get to the week, and then we'll get to the fun part pretty fast. So for Monday, we've got temperance. So little call for a balance of forces here for this week to know what it is to act and what it is to receive. There's also alchemy being called for as well, balance, being flexible and fluid with time, and paying attention to the momentum of life. Because I know, especially when we get to once you get past a certain point, it's like time, the way it behaves, it's just unusual. Because a lot of people tend to say time speeds up when you're older. I've had the opposite happen. I actually feel like time has been slowing down for me as I've gotten older, because I think it's because I have been paying more and more and more attention towards what life has been bringing, whether it's the signs that life decides to bring, whether it's how nature tends to behave. Like right now, there's a rainstorm happening tonight, at least where I'm living, and just being in the present moment. Sometimes being in the present moment can make time seem to go faster, but most of the time it's just being present, just being here, being embodied in this moment is the big thing here. And so temperance, it's calling you to just take those moments to pay attention to how life flows within you and how you embody it, how it feels. So that's a call for Monday. So let's get to Tuesday here. Got some more awesome stuff. Tuesday we got the sun. And I think it's a continuation of the message from Monday. It's to continue to celebrate that optimism, being in that flow of life. In this case, it's the receptivity to the joys, however simple they can be, to creativity. And whatever opportunities that come in front of you, if it makes you feel as alive as this person in this card, say yes to it. Say yes to it. Take a risk. Take on the inspiration that comes in front of you, because that inspiration could bring you into the next chapter, or just the fact that you are experiencing joy at all, especially if you've been through a long period where it kind of feels like you've been in a shadow period or resting period, or maybe there was some concern that you might not you might not be experiencing joy at all. It's important to remember that there is life and joy to be had. So embrace it however comes. Of course, gotta bring in my scientific affirmation here. If you are having a very hard time, please seek out support in whatever way you need to. Reach out to your community, reach out to your friends, reach to your family, reach out to your partner, reach out to a therapist, reach out to a spiritual director, reach out to a facilitator, reach out to whoever you need to help you see the other side of it. Know that you are not alone in this. And I hope that the energy of the sun, especially with this Tuesday coming up, brings in some renewal into your system, however that looks like. So remember that there is life to be had. And so embrace it all. All right, so continuing on to Wednesday, we got the Empress. We're getting a lot of majors this week. That is so interesting. Getting a lot of them this week. So the Empress is about nurturing. It's about another aspect of creativity, sensuality, abundance, unconditional love, and again, another extension of the embodiment of temperance. But it's also a much gentler, a much more embodied sense of nurturing. So if you've been thirsting for a little bit of a break, or a little bit of energetic comfort, or just needing something to just go your way, sometimes if you feel blocked energetically or inspiration wise, sometimes the thing you need to do is to turn back to the body. Come back to the body and remember that you can find inspiration anywhere. And especially if you have an idea that you feel the world needs in some way, and that includes stories, that includes inventions, that includes even just a little bit of motivation, share it. I came across this really interesting short the other day from I Understood, aka the Soul Salon lady, Soul Salon podcast lady. I'll type it. I'll type it in the chat, and I'll show you later when we get to our readings. But here is her channel name, and she runs this podcast called the Soul Salon. She puts in this really good point where she talks about in capitalism, there tends to be an emphasis on being unique, sometimes to the point of being the first one or the only one that has an idea, or it has to be this certain expression. And also, it talks about especially the myth of oversaturation. I'm in my 30s right now. I've been streaming for a little over a decade at this point. I think I've hit about like 12 or 13 years now. I mean, I technically started my YouTube channel, I think around 2013. So I was like in my early 20s, but it was to my mid 20s that I finally kind of started getting my stride. And then it really wasn't until the past year that, like, actually, it was literally like 8 months ago. Like, it's like, wait, no, oh my God. It's been like, yeah, this month would make it like almost a year. It's been almost a year now. Oh my gosh. It feels like yesterday, honestly. But yeah, next month will make it a year since I started doing tarot streams. on this channel. And this is when I finally hit my stride. At 33 years old, I hit my stride with this. And that goes to show, especially, that oversaturation is a myth. Algorithms make as if that oversaturation is like the thing. No. The thing is not oversaturation. The thing is, even if you're saying the same thing that somebody else might have said earlier, let's bring in the uniqueness. Let's not bash uniqueness too much. There's still some things that only you can say it. There's only things that only you can say it in the way that you say it. But there's also a beauty in sameness as well. The fact that we even have the same idea sometimes, and we share a concept that we're all coming together under, be it a shared faith, be it, again, a shared belief system or a shared experience of some sort, like a concert, for example. It goes to show that these limits we put on ourselves are artificial. And the only thing that is holding us up is ourselves sometimes. I'm not discounting the social problems and even the practical problems that can happen. I mean, case in point, practical problems were the headline of the week. I was supposed to go to a concert yesterday. I couldn't. I just couldn't get the means to work. And there's a lot of things in my life that I will admit I wish were different. But I'm kind of taking on the Alyssa Liu's perspective. Like, if I had to do my life all over again, there's some things I wouldn't change, because there are some experiences that are just, they're too valuable. And if I change something fundamental about myself, even if it was for the better, there might be some things, but especially some characteristics that I might be missing out on, all because I was focusing so much on how different, but especially how much more approved I would be. And so to come back to the Empress, if you're feeling stagnant, or especially if you're feeling really stuck in ways and thought patterns that do not help you, maybe it might be time to go back to basics. Give yourself a good meal. Drink some water. Rest properly. Maybe limit your focus sessions. Try Pomodoros if you need to, or make the resistance a lot less to be able to do something. For me, the thing that got me back into writing was making it more fun. Some of my more neurodivergent friends, they call it parallel play. There's this YouTuber that I also use. His name is Darius. He runs this group called Artist Morning, where every morning he leads a meditation, and then he has a journaling session. And on Fridays, he does like group Zooms. They're completely free if you want to try those. I'm not advertising it. Like it's not like, I'm not sponsored by this guy, by the way. I love his work, and it's really supportive, and I just like his vibe. His vibe's very cheerful. Every Friday he does meditation, then journaling, and then we celebrate our wins at the end. I talk as if I've attended. I actually haven't, but I'm going to. I'm gonna start attending his stuff this week, so super excited. But yeah, getting back to what I've been doing. Sorry to make it on myself for a moment here, even though I know it's my show. um, what I did was basically I reduced the resistance by putting in the small things, like doing the artist morning video, or putting on whatever random music I happen to come up with on my phone. I've been getting more into shuffling my tracks so that way I'm not hearing the same things over and over and over again. I try to listen to new music because I say like apparently by my age group I stop listening to new music. That's why I started Discord listening parties so that way I can prove that notion wrong, that it doesn't have to be out of privilege. You can just jump on in and share some music that you really like and maybe learn something new in exchange. And I've done that. I'm glad that we've been doing that, and I really appreciate you all who have been participating in those Discord listening parties. We're going to start those back up pretty soon. But getting back to the Empress on Wednesday, I think this is why it's called Hump Day, because like it takes a while to get through. But yeah, if you're feeling stagnant in some way, shape, or form, maybe it's time to go back to basics, go back into the body, and listen to what it needs. Maybe go take a blood test, double check, make sure your hormones and your vitamins are copacetic, and take care of those as well. Public service announcement. But yeah, take care of yourselves, because sometimes even just going back to the basics can make a huge difference in coming back to the person you are, you know, that you can be in this life, and take the stuff that you want to do to the next level. Okay, let's move on to Thursday. I know it took forever on the Wednesday card, but there was so much I felt like I needed to say before I continued. This is what happens when you do things unscripted. All right, Thursday. We are getting all these majors. What the heck? Okay, so we got the star. So the star is basically the wish granted card. The sun is also a star, funnily enough. But anyway, the star, like, if you think about the major arcana, depending on some decks, the star comes after the tower. Things have collapsed. The foundation has been reset. At this point, there's no barrier left to what it is you want to achieve. And the star is here to tell you whatever you want, whatever you expect, when you have faith in yourself and not just the outcome of what it is that you're looking for, a lot can happen for you. And I emphasize going beyond the outcome because there tends to be a focus on if it doesn't turn out this specific way, then it's like you're not liked by the universe. No. No. Sometimes things come in the way that you need at that moment. Hands down, I really wanted to go to the Queen Herbie concert yesterday. But resource-wise, I just couldn't make it work. But I got something else instead. Thankfully, there was actually another event that happened around that day, and I was able to go to that instead. And I had a pretty alright time. It was pretty good. And it certainly has given me a space to evaluate how it is that I show up in spaces like these, and how, most importantly, how I want to share my gifts to you guys. However that it comes up. And I think in a way it is a wish granted that I'm able to be in a space like this in the first place, because past me getting back to the Empress energy again, I was very hesitant. I was very fearful. I was very much on the waterfront, I could have been a contender mentality. I easily could have said it was too late for me. And I was starting to feel that in my late 20s. Some of the people in my chat know me personally. And so, yeah, I was in a very different, not very supportive headspace before. It's getting a lot better now. There's still some times where I feel as if, like, am I too late for this? And honestly, especially after all the people I've met, and especially I've met a lot of elders that have certainly reset my mindset quite a bit. Respect your elders, people. I don't mean like respect to the point of like suppressing your will. No, 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 no. Let's not continue that trend of elder respect culture. I mean respect your elders as in like respect the fact that maybe like one day you might be one of them. And most importantly, the thing that it just like it reminded me so much of is that the only time that you're too late is when you're 6 feet under. That's the only time you're too late is when you're 6 feet under. Maybe some things that you might not be permitted to do due to like legal stuff or health regulations or whatever it is. But outside of those restrictions, the only time you're too late is if you're 6 feet under. So you might as well allow yourself to give it a go. And it's so easy to get stuck in the sense of a permission slip. Newsflash, once you get to a certain point in life, you don't need it. But in case your system still feels like it requires it, I'm giving it to you right now. There you go. There's your permission slip right there. I know the poetic thing. If anybody knows like basic numerology here, 17, when we reduce it down to a singular base, a singular digit, 7 plus 1 equals 8. And you know what 8 is in the major arcana? It's strength. AKA the month we're currently in, the season we're currently in, and just the vibe that you need to embrace for this period. So let's see what Friday is going to bring. I'm excited. I'm excited now. So we got all this stuff coming up. Let's see what Friday is going to bring. Here we go. Gotta try not to be too exuberant here, but let's see. Oh boy. But you know what? You know what? This is not bad. Out of all things that could be happening on Friday, this is not bad. We're going to take this as a lesson. Okay. That sometimes it's what you need. And in this case, I need to adopt a little bit of sword energy. And I didn't mean to get it personal here. It's supposed to be a collective message here. But it's about rites of passage. 6 of Swords here. 6 of Swords is the card of transition. And in this case, it could also mean like things happening at the right time and moving beyond old unhelpful stories and an evolution and a transition or a journey, which with this birthday, that's precisely what it is. I'm turning 34. My 33rd year has been a really interesting adventure. I've been through lows, like pretty significant spiritual lows, between the loss of my grandmother and circumstances almost crushing me several times over. But also some really interesting highs. Like I got to go to a really amazing convention. I experienced my first ever hype train. This channel taking off the way it's had, which I'm forever going to be grateful to you guys for all the support that you have given me, to even be able to do this, the courage that you have shown yourselves here. You guys are amazing. I'm eternally grateful to you. And I got to go to like interesting conventions that I never thought I would have gone to. And 2 weeks ago, I was in Japan. For 5 weeks, I was in Japan. That was something that I could only dream of before. And y'all helped me do that. Y'all helped me do that, and I'm eternally grateful to you guys. Thank you. So, if anything, this is a beautiful transition that needs to happen. I think this is a very beautiful representation of that. And I feel like overall, these major arcana cards, and especially the 8 of Wands, It's a preparation for that upswing. And I don't usually do this, but I feel tempted. Actually, I'm going to follow through on that temptation here. This is my channel. I'm going to read through the description of the Six of Swords because I feel like this is something that we all need to hear. You are moving through a period of realignment, and things can feel turbulent during these times of transition. Trust that a better future awaits you on the other side of this change. Maybe you're going through a rite of passage or an intense spiritual transformation. These experiences are profoundly personal, and you may feel alone right now. Whew. Yeah, that's pretty relevant to me in my situation right now. Even when it is difficult to accept assistance from others, remain open to receiving help from the most unexpected places. Something that I've really learned this year, especially. Very true. Allow the gentle support of the universe to move you through this ocean of evolution and lean towards silver linings on the horizon. More sunshine? Yes, please. Sometimes we find ourselves adrift because we think we are ready to move on, but our heart is still anchored to the past. What old chapter needs to be closed? Chase guidance in the form of renewed hope, and get ready to explore fresh beginnings on the opposite shore. And the affirmation, I accept help as I easily cross this transition. I'm going to do my best. I mean, I admit it's very vulnerable admitting these things on the air because, especially once you hit your 30s, there's kind of a sense of like you kind of have to do it all on your own and not ask for help so much, get back on your own feet, etc. And at times it can get rather cold. But I think with the way social media, and I think especially the way modern communities are going, I think people are now much more amenable to help each other, even in small ways. So I think it's okay to reach out, even if something as small as, hey, can you watch my channel for a few minutes? Totally fine to do that. You know, that's how I've met a lot of you guys. Ah, but yeah, let's get to this chat up here and let me see what's going on. Oh yeah, the songs. I almost forgot. We got two here from Her Majesty Queen Hubby. So here's a couple of that can get you in the vibe, and maybe again, if you want to check it out yourself, she's been live streaming her concerts on TikTok. Go check him out. It's really amazing. Feels cathartic. But anyway, first song we got for you, Abracadabra. She's come up before in my personal reading. She's coming up again, so I gotta pay attention. You are it's a reminder again. You are the magic. And the second card we got, nah. I know you love the drama, but I don't feed. It's okay. Let that stuff go. I almost went a little more colorful. It's not, I mean, I want to keep it PG-13, but it's like, let that stuff go. Let that BS go. It's okay. You don't have to, I enjoy my drama channels a lot of the time, but sometimes, to quote from Swoop, it's not drama, it's dangerous. Give yourself a little bit of a break. Let that stuff be done, and just live your life and do your best to give back to the people that you love and care about. So there's your Queen Herpy prescription for you to listen to whenever you get the chance. And now let's get to the fun part, which is pulling the cards. Well, pulling the cards for you guys, more specifically. Thank you guys for your patience. uh, but yeah, I know, y'all, it's a lot, and it's very easy to regret certain things, but also look at how much you've learned because of the things that you've done until this point. So see the balance through it all. Mm. But yeah, that's basically what I was feeling too with jumping back into streaming the way I did in a lot of ways. For those who are listening more in the auditory sense, here's what it says. A lot of the time I start thinking I should have started sooner. I realize with the advancement of technology, the hobbies I have didn't quite exist as they are back then. So I actually am in stride with what I want to do and the chances that have become available. And that's similarly to what I felt like. Like tarot streaming on Twitch was a very young enterprise when I started learning to do it. Like actually streaming it was never really a possibility back then. Like it didn't cross my mind. And then when it did happen, like it kind of felt like for me, like when it started happening on like YouTube and stuff, I felt like as if I missed the boat. Like I missed another boat. I feel like I missed the boat with like gaming back when I was a teen. But then again, the biggest thing was resources back in the day, and I certainly didn't have them back then. I probably could have gotten them, but I just didn't have them back then. I didn't have the presentation style. I didn't really have I certainly didn't have the confidence back then. That's the biggest thing. I think that's the biggest difference compared to when I was younger compared to now. There's some confidence that I did have, but not to the point of this. I was so shy. I couldn't be as vulnerable as this as I do now. And I think especially I lacked faith in myself that I had even the wisdom, the charm, the wherewithal as myself to present like this. And I felt like I didn't have the confidence to read, especially. I felt like I just didn't have it. Constantly, I felt like I was being tested. Because, I mean, it happens all the time when it comes to ratings. It's like you feel like you're just being constantly tested all the time when it comes to this kind of stuff. And I felt like if I couldn't go off book, that I wasn't a good reader. Not true. There are some readers that are not so harsh when it comes to books. Like Matt Oren, the author of Psychic Witch. I actually met him in February. Dude is so cool and a really great teacher. He very much was supportive of the bookish girls, the bookish readers. So you do not have to. So newsflash to anybody who wants to get into this: you do not have to throw the book away to be a good reader. It's okay. Cultivate your intuition too. Don't lose sight of that, but allow yourself to use your intuition. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this window. I'm also going to get a little bit of a drink. I'll also run at least one ad on the Twitch end of things, and we will be right back. So stay tuned, everybody, and we will jump on to our readings. So yeah, I will be right back. Please enjoy the music in the background. Chill Hop recently released some new tracks, so hopefully some of them start rotating through as I go. So I'll be right back. You will continue on. Stay tuned, everybody. Okay, guys, I'm back. Thank you so much for your patience. I just needed to get a little bit of a drink. So I'm finally fulfilling the hydration prompts because it's been kind of hot. Not kind of, it has been hot. But yeah, thanks so much for your patience. Oh yeah, that's the stuff. It's sparkling water in case you're finding out. Mm. Okay, so we're back with the readings. So let me see who is first on the queue for tonight. So we got 3 more spots. So if anybody wants a reading tonight, now's your chance. Type an exclamation point join in the chat for those who are on Twitch, or you can just type in your question in the chat if you are tuning in from YouTube. Oh. Yeah, that ending is pretty moving, I have to say. So, Messa, you are the first person. So, go on ahead, ask me your questions. Ah. Message from your guides, you got it. All right. Here we go now. Ah, thanks, Vern. And of course, you'll see the answer on here too, in case you miss it. So, unlike most readers who tend to be focused on being present during the read, I'm not as like hard and fast on that one. So basically, if you didn't get a chance to get a reading from me live, you can basically post your question in the chat and I will get to it if you need to go. Or you can just come back next tarot stream, which usually happens on Saturdays and Sundays. So you basically have until the next Oracle forecast or the next live stream to get your question read. You'll basically be on the top of the queue, so you do not have to delete your name on the queue if you want to come back for a reading. But yeah, you basically have until the next streams that I do. After that, you're gonna have to just rejoin the list. So that's how it works. So I'm pretty chill. So if you happen to not be here, that's okay. Just like as long as you send something for me to think about, I will pull for you, and the recording will always be up. So if it gets deleted due to like Twitch's automatic deletion rules, it will be uploaded on my YouTube channel, DJMK Off the Air. So if you wanna like rewatch something that I pulled for you in the past, go back to my YouTube channel or come back here if it's like within like the 3-week window, and you will be able to see what answer I pulled. I know people tend to like upload their live streams on their live streams or like their highlights of their live streams on Twitch. I admit I'm a bit lazy because I simulcast on YouTube, so I know that they're backed up already. But I know I should still get into the habit of like putting it on there. Okay. Let us get some information from Messa's guides. Okay. Let's see what we got. Show me what you got. All right, here we go. So, first off, we got the Six of Pentacles. So, I'm feeling from your guides that there's kind of the cycle of give and take, but I think especially, like, the message I'm getting is you're probably not receiving enough. So, like, allow yourself to receive some blessings, because there's some pretty good stuff coming your way. So, allow yourself to receive the good stuff, because you're putting a lot of good work out, and so it's time for you to receive the rewards. So, right now, at the time of recording this, excuse me, one of the hazards of having fizzy water. Anyways, right now we're going through a Saturn retrograde, and we're also going through the basket formation, astrologically right now. So there's a lot of things that are in manifestation land. Saturn retrograde, contrary to how people tend to talk about it, it's not as challenging as compared to a Mercury retrograde. Because Saturn, especially when it goes direct, it's very much about, like, learning from the school of hard knocks. It's very much about, like, taking responsibility. And then when it goes retrograde, which the last time I went retrograde was actually during the lockdown in Aquarius. And so that's why if anybody has Saturn, like Saturn's in Aquarius, I do. So my Saturn return was. That's why it felt extra long compared to the average person. And we just got out of the shadow period of our Saturn returns too. So there's that. So maybe that's why, like, things kind of, like, feel like an uplift right now. So Saturn retrogrades, they basically pay back the dividends based on how much dedication you gave towards the lessons from the school of hard knocks. And so I'm feeling with the Six of Pentacles in particular, those overdue dividends are starting to come for you. So get ready for the rewards, because they're coming. But good. So get ready. For sure. And yeah, it's going further with the dedication spin here, because we got the Eight of Pentacles. And that usually is about, like, a trade or a skill or a mastery of some kind, that it's time that those skills got shared in some way, shape, or form. Now, granted, you do not have to monetize them, but there is the importance of putting your spirit, putting your focus, putting your inspiration. This deck calls it Meraki. It's like a Greek word for like putting your essence into whatever skill that you decide to go for and explore. Yeah, pay attention to the methods and especially the motivations of why you do something. And then that makes the payback, the reception of benefits all the more wholesome and equitable. Like, it feels like the work is worth it. That there is a true cycle of giving and receiving. There's a flow of how things go. So let's see what else we got for you here, Messa. He's been coming up quite a bit with us this month. The Page of Cups. And it's kind of the era that Queen Herbie is into, which is kind of interesting. I might shuffle a song for you while I'm at it. And also reminds me, I have to send the photo of your belated birthday read as well. I'm gonna send that after the stream. But the Page of Cups, yeah, he's been coming up quite a bit lately. Page of Cups is very much this is a kind of character that calls you to pay attention to when Like, basically just allow yourself to indulge in your whimsy and let the pigs fly. Like, I mean, they often say, like, I'll do this when pigs fly. Like, they often mean, like, it's the impossible thing. It's like, no, let the pigs fly sometimes. Let that pig fly and let yourself see the impossible and pay attention to the magic and the whimsy all around you in this world. I guess that's one way of putting it. But also, if you have any ideas that seem out there, but they seem like they look rather interesting to pursue, maybe it might be worth trying them out and see where they go. And the other thing that's been coming up is, according to the description of this card, according to this book, it also can mean sensitivity and naivete in romance. So maybe embracing your romantic side a little bit too as a call for that. And the interesting part, I just noticed it now, on the top where the page's feet are floating, it's a rainbow. There's a rainbow there. I just caught that now. So, final bit of advice I got here. Oh, okay. Got the Nine of Cups. So this is another one of those wish granted cards. That if there's been something that you've been wanting for a long time, trust that it's going to be granted. Whatever that you want, it's not going to pass you by. It's down to a choice that you will make and an experience that you need to have to be able to embrace what it is that is going to be gifted to you. But yeah, for what I'm seeing, there's a lot of good stuff coming your way, for sure. So it's calling you to get ready for that through that dedication, through that whimsy, and through that faith. The things are going to be good. So I feel like drawing a song for you. So let's find one. All right. Ooh, I've pulled this one a few times. It's a really good song too. Balenciaga Dreams, Drops of Pearls, and Velvet Trees. So, yeah, it's like, know your worth, accept the prosperity the universe is providing you, because in a way, it's your birthright. So enjoy it. There we go. All right. Yep. Send those good vibes, Fern. There's some good stuff happening. That's the guidance I got from your guides. Yeah, let's send those good vibes. All right. So that's what I got for you, Messa. Hopefully that gives you some inspiration as to where you can turn next. All right. So, next up, we got SLG Jenny Vlogs. Anytime, Messa. Anytime. SLG Jenny Vlogs. So I noticed you did send a question earlier, but yeah, Momo is basically right. I do not do third party surveillance readings, and I especially don't do timing. I mean, I just recently started getting into timing, but I don't feel super confident about the timing reads because sometimes it can happen sooner than I've predicted, or later than I've predicted, or not at all. Um, but if anybody's kind of curious about the timing of the reads, and I still get to like scientifically track this, and y'all have been pretty good at reporting this stuff, so thankfully y'all are pretty good at this. Sometimes it can happen immediately. Like, there were a few people that like text me like immediately after a stream, like maybe like a day after, like 24 hours after, and it happens. And there are other times where, I mean, for me, on average, it tends to be about like a month or two. That's interesting. I mean, then again, I don't do that much time stuff, like time, like be it time magic or just time in general, except using a timer on my phone. That's pretty much the most I do. But there's this one deck on Tarot Stack that I really want to get called Say When. So maybe it could be a nice like experiment. So I'm like, so that way I can finally do the timing stuff. So that way people can like stop asking me so much about timing. Um, in terms of like, how do you know? And it's like, well, that's what the card says. But then also, there is a way apparently that you can tell what season it is from the, especially from the minor arcana cards. Apparently wands can be spring, cups can be summer or winter, pentacles are fall, and then swords can also be winter. But I think it like depends on the school of thought that you have with like the cups and the swords in particular. But yeah, apparently you can tell the seasons from that. So the first time I did a poll, a time poll, was with my friend Runcie. You've probably seen her a few times. But she asked me about study abroad, and I pulled the fall originally, with the wands, which I think the wands. Then again, I'm still new to this. Let me see. Let's see. Seasons for tarot suits. Let me see. Wands are spring, cups to summer, swords to autumn, pentacles to winter. But I mixed up wands with the fall, even though they said it was going to be spring. And funnily enough, she had to she actually moved her trip to Florence to, I think, the spring of next year. So it kind of was right. But now she's looking again at the fall. So I was kind of right too. So it was just really weird. Which we'll find out pretty soon which it's gonna be when she gets back, when her pledge ends. Her pledge ends actually on my birthday. So we're gonna find out later on like when this is all gonna happen. But yeah, I barely do time reads precisely for this reason. Like the tarot ones especially, I can't tell a lot of the time. And a lot of the oracle decks that I have, unfortunately, don't exactly go through timing. So I can't tell. I can't tell pretty well so far what timing is. I need a bit more practice on that. But with that said, hoping to save up for a deck that will actually tell me what timing it is. And I think I actually, come to think of it, I think I also saved it on my throne wish list, which is linked down below in my description of my YouTube. And also if you scroll down the live page, there should be my throne wish list on there. I don't remember if I put the Say When deck on there, but I know I put at least one Tarot Stack deck on there for sure. That's one that I really want to get down the line. Thankfully, I'm also starting a new job pretty soon in 3 weeks. Trying to think about that. 3 weeks summer vacation's over for me, but yeah, in 3 weeks, starting a new job. So hopefully I won't have to depend on donations as much as I usually do. But if y'all still want to donate, still want to subscribe, all that kind of stuff, I'm still open to it, honestly. It took a lot for me to get here. All right, SLG Jenny Vlogs. I don't think I saw her question on Discord either. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next person. So, G-Rock. So, G-Rock, if you happen to still be here, you're next in the queue. SLG, I did not see SLG Jenny Vlogs on here. Unless she happened to step away, but it's here on here, so... Whew, excuse me. Also, I did not think that I was going to get energy back to do this. Like, this is something like my old self would do, but like, the state of today's media has pissed me off, but good that I am ready to get back to this side of me again, where I rant about the problems with popular media. I don't know if y'all saw my post on Discord of the Media Buffs thread, but Wonder Man and Blade got canceled. Wonder Man was pretty painful because... Excuse me. Sparkling water, y'all. Anyway. Wonder Man got greenlit for a second season. And it also got an Emmy nomination. And then, just last week, they reversed the decision in the second season and just canceled it. Like, what the hell? Yahya Abdul-Mateen cannot catch a break, I swear. And then Blade, the remake with Mahershala Ali, also got canceled. Partially with Mahershala Ali recently deciding to pull the plug on the project because there basically was no script read. There was just nothing ready to go. And Marvel basically put him in a contract where it made it difficult for him to pursue other projects. And after holding over his career for so long, he was like, you know what? The wait is actually not becoming worth it. So I'm out, y'all. Peace. And I think he kind of got cursed a little bit by Deadpool and Wolverine with Wesley Snipes' version of Blade saying there's only one Blade. So even if he wanted to go for it, he literally couldn't. I think he got screwed over by 20th Century Fox, by the ghost of 20th Century Fox. Which is a shame, because I think Mahershala Ali would have been a pretty good Blade, in my opinion. And I think, and even like the Marvel CEO, Kevin Feige, was like, yeah, bruh, this was a travesty. We made a mistake dropping this. And this gets into like a more an overarching issue that's been happening recently with modern media, because as you notice that like there's a common thread linking between Wonder Man and Blade, which I can literally make an entire video on this if y'all want me to, and I will try to make sure to actually do the research as well, because I admit I have been out of the filming loop for some time, but it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And then meanwhile, at least Black Panther's finally making progress. Apparently they casted Black Panther 3 with the guy who plays one of the leads in The Long Walk, the Stephen King film. His name just escaped me. But yeah, I think it was a good pick, honestly. He's a pretty cool guy. And well, it makes sense because it's basically fast forwarding into the debut of the new Black Panther. It's kind of a shame that we don't have enough time with Shuri doing the Black Panther stint, but I guess considering some of the controversy that oh my god, the actress for Shuri, I'm blanking right now. She's been going through quite a bit of controversy since Wakanda Forever, so I'm not surprised there's some hesitancy about her continuing, and maybe due to grief herself, because I mean she basically lost the equivalent of a brother herself too with this movie. It's understandable that she might not be in the mood to continue. Oh my god, the actress is escaping me. Why am I not remembering? Letitia Wright, that's her name. Letitia Wright. Thank you. Yeah, considering everything that she went through with the filming of Wakanda Forever, I would not be surprised if she felt the need to step back for the sake of mental health. Not surprising at all. Because that movie itself, that was a lot. I think there were some decisions that they preserved from the original script that Ryan Coogler had for Wakanda Forever before Chadwick's passing, but oh man, not gonna lie. I mean, I can still remember the day that I sat in that theater and watched it. I understood why, and for some people, that actually has been their experience, but it was a bit too much. Whew. Man, I was a mess in that theater. But yeah, bit of a spoiler alert for Wakanda Forever, even though it's been, I don't know how many years since that film was released, but it feels like yesterday, but it's probably been like it's been a few years. Shuri and Nakia have like a personal kind of funeral ceremony for T'Challa, and Shuri finds out that, well, she's got a nephew named Toussaint, and his regnal name is T'Challa. So pretty much, unless she has descendants, Toussaint's the one that's next in line to take on the Black Panther mantle. Which is what Black Panther 3 got cast for. They're fast forwarding the timeline. So T'Challa's back, albeit in a different aspect. I know. I would have loved, I mean, I literally even talked about this on TikTok, that they could have simply just gotten the Space Empire Wakanda. That would be so cool to play with. And then maybe they jump into like a wormhole or something that takes them back in time. And then boom, ends up in Wakanda that way. And there's one guy that I saw on TikTok. I mean, you might need to scroll back a little bit, but I did a duet with this guy. He really knows his stuff when it comes to the MCU. He could have been, yeah. I think he could have been it. He could have been it, coming back, bringing him back to the main. I understand that they were kind of fearful of disrespecting Chadwick's memory by not recasting him, but at the same time, though, I mean, even Chadwick's brothers were saying, even Chadwick himself would have said, please add somebody else if something happens to me. Because I feel like he was kind of like Michael Keaton with Batman, like Michael Keaton and Adam West with Batman, or with Christopher Reeve and Superman. I think he was setting up a continuation. I mean, we got that with Sam Wilson and Captain America. I don't see why we couldn't get that with T'Challa. But I understand the grief. I totally understand the grief, though. So it's hard. It's hard. I could see multiple angles. Yeah, War Machine that was the part that really threw me off. Like, I did not catch that that they swapped War Machine until the first Avengers film. It didn't click that was what was happening. Oh, yeah, they swapped Don Cheadle and Terrence Howard. That was weird as hell. Excuse me. Yeah, is G-Rock still here? Yeah, is G-Rock still here by chance? Because I did move you up in the queue. Going once. Oh, there we go. Okay, G-Rock. So you are next in the queue because Jenny is not in the queue, was not in the audience, and she didn't add her question either. So feel free to ask whatever you want to ask me. What would you like to know? But yeah, I did not mean to go into an MCU rant. I mean, I basically divorced myself from Marvel after Wakanda Forever. I don't know. I don't know about the resemblance. I'm gonna have to look up his stuff again. Maybe I'm mixing up with somebody else. Um. Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch Psych again. I was partway through. Hmm. I see. Yeah, he is really good, I will say. Whew. Yeah, one thing's for sure. I think that's the one thing that like Hollywood probably needs to like keep more into account is they might need to start they need to start like auditioning for more continental actors because I feel like they're just playing too safe with going for diasporan actors sometimes. I mean, I get it because I mean they're more famous, but I think people in the continent need more attention, especially from like international industries, in my opinion. Okay, so I've got a lot going on here. So let's see what we got. All right, G-Rock. See, you asked for a general. We got you a general. So, starting out with the Five of Swords. There's been a lot going on in your mind lately. My friend, whenever she sees this version of the card, she says that she said it looks like her face right before she's about to get a pretty bad migraine. I mean, she hasn't had one of those in a while, thankfully, but yeah. If you're stressed out about something, take some time to breathe. You got this. This one tarot reader that I managed to meet in Japan, he said, in a world that wants you to be a hare, it's okay to be a tortoise. Apparently, tortoise and the hare is a pretty big story in Japan as well. That big Aesop fable. Woo! Excuse me. And this card also is kind of like the question of like victory at what cost? What is it that you need? Like, what is it that you need to give yourself some support on? And pay attention to where you need support. Especially in areas where you might not feel as confident in or as skilled. So take some time and maybe take some stock as to where you need some assistance, where do you need some extra time, and more importantly, know that you don't have to always get sucked into the competitive mindset, even in the scene of competition. And if you do have to do that competition, the focus is more so on how your actions are going to be the next iteration, rather than getting stuck in how you did it before and trying to replicate it. Hopefully I'm making sense here. It feels like sometimes I feel like I'm speaking gibberish when I'm just going on a thread. So the next one we got here is the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords, I often pay attention to his shoes because it has like binary code on it, and it's about streamlining. It's about trusting your intelligence, trusting your wit. It's kind of like the way that this book describes it is the saving the world before bedtime card. Like, it's very much like taking charge, bit of a like act first, ask questions later kind of deal. Ask for forgiveness, not for permission, even though I admit I'm a little wary of that phrase sometimes. But it's basically asking you to strive for more, whatever that is, and trust that your wisdom and your intelligence will see you through, whatever that is. And most importantly, to believe in your abilities. Whatever BS that might be coming up, you can tell that stuff to get out of the way. Get out of the way. You can buffer away from that. A couple of the cards that jumped out as well kind of tell further about how to do that. So we'll get there. But here's what else we got here. Got the Four of Cups. Four of Cups has kind of a grass is greener on the other side kind of vibe, but then you kind of forget that there's like the green already in front of you. There's so much stuff in front of you. Like there's like these 3 cups that are right here, and then this 4th cup as well. It's getting gifted to you. There's so many things there, but you're not noticing it. So it's very much a call for you to see the bigger picture, to pay attention to the opportunities that maybe might not seem at first to be the big breakthrough, but it might actually be there. And most importantly, to appreciate what you've already done, because it can be so easy to get stuck in the sense of, what more do I need to do? And yet there's so many adventures of how much you have done that I need to appreciate. I mean, just pulling from my own example here. I went to the place that I have been dreaming of since I was a kid. Japan. Went there for 5 weeks. Granted, it wasn't the place that I originally thought I was going to go, but I went there. I did the thing that I have dreamed for a long time of doing. And hopefully, by some grace, I'm able to go back come next year. And when I got back, I was kind of surprised about like how much I was already focusing on, how much I wasn't meeting the expectations that I had being here. And I was like, I had to like step back and pause for a second. I was like, what am I doing? I went on a trip that not that long ago I would have deemed impossible to do in multiple levels. And I managed to pull it off. Like, especially this year, not gonna lie, I almost didn't go. I thought I wasn't gonna be able to pull it off or anything like that. It was a huge leap of faith that I was even able to go. And yet I did that. And yet here I was, kind of focusing so much more on how much I fell short, rather than the gift that was in front of me. The fact I was even able to go at all. Chance for me to go. That was the blessing. So it's a call for you to pay attention to those blessings that have come up for you, however small they may seem. Or maybe they're massive at the time you did it, but maybe you forgot about that massive deal until, well, maybe some part of life maybe knocked out that wonder. It's okay to bring it back. And if anything, it's important to protect it. Case in point, the 7 of Wands. One of the 2 jumpers that we got here. You gotta protect that whimsy. You gotta protect that innovation. Whatever ideas that you've been wanting to share, but they're still kind of in their infancy, protect it. Take some time to dedicate towards those ideas. And focus on your self-expression. Case in point, 8 of Pentacles. It popped up again in our pools tonight. Put the spirit in the things that you are dedicated in. However small, and especially however mundane it may be. Emphasis on the mundane, because I've been cleaning my room over the past couple days. And let me tell you, it drags. Cleaning drags quite a bit. But when it's done, however, it feels pretty incredible. So, if things have been feeling overwhelming, be it trying to keep an eye out for the opportunities in front of you, or protecting the ideas and the values that you hold dear, hold tight and hold fast to them, because eventually those things that you care so dearly for, they will pay off. So keep that dedication. You got this. And that's what I got for you, G-Rock. I know it feels like it went like round and round and round, but hopefully it'll give you a lot more that you can work with. However that looks like. So, thanks for tuning in. Whew. You're welcome. I know. It's like I kind of went sometimes my mind could do that sometimes, and it doesn't really click what it is until maybe like much later. So y'all feel free to like update whatever it is that whatever it is that I happen to mention. All right. So next person in the queue is from Fern. And Fern got one of Hyun's world famous planetary spreads. And the planetary spread that Fern got was pretty much almost all wands. And yeah, shout out to Hyun and their planetary reading. I'm looking forward to see what they are planning on pulling for me on my next planetary spread. They've been doing it for the past I think this will be 3 years now that they've done my planetary spread for my birthday. So I'm really wondering what it's going to be in store for me this new one. We're going to see. I don't know if they want to do it on camera or not, but we'll see. But yeah. Let's see what that's all about. Like, I'm tempted actually to do a little bit of a mashup here. I might pull up. I'm feeling at least one tarot card and then maybe a couple from this and see if that gives me a few more clues as to what that could be. So let's see. All right. All right, planetary spread. What can you tell me? Yeah, and Hyun's planetary spread is pretty extensive. Hold on, that doesn't look right. Hold on. Let me look at some stuff real quick. I remember to slow down sometimes. Whew. Okay, there we go. Much better. I was going a little too quick. I was going a little too rapid here. Need to slow down a little. There we go. All right, planetary read. Let's see. Add. Got it. Interesting. Yeah, there's no one else with me. It's just moi. At least, well, physically, there's no one else with me. Rancy and my cousin are in another castle. I have a couple guesses as to who it could be, but especially with the mustache description. There's only one person that I can think of that fits that. I kind of wonder what he would think about this. Unfortunately, I never got a chance to meet. I never really got a chance to meet him. Like, I remember my dad doing phone calls, but yeah, I never really got to know him. I wonder what he's like. If anybody would say that, it's Runcie, because I mean, even she has a time with that spread. Oh man, I miss her. I know she's gonna be done pretty soon, but I miss her a lot. And I'm feeling. Let me do the Sakura cards first. Let's see what we got here. So the thing that flipped out immediately was through. What? Ratsu was there? I wish I could have seen this. If I could have been a fly on the wall with this conversation, with this reading. Bruh. Oh man. What was this? Anyway, the first thing that came out was through. Bro, why did I miss this? How did I miss this? I wish I could have seen this. I wish. Ah. Anyway, first card we got for you, and it flipped out immediately when I shuffled the through. Sometimes the only way out is through. That is true. There is still your actual birthday. That is right. But yeah, the through. Yeah, sometimes the only way out is through. That's one part that I just thought immediately. But let's see. Let me see if I can get more specific here. The through. I haven't really gotten this one that much, so um so according to my Tumblr page that I also usually use, the through can also talk about perspective and improvements as well. So considering that most of the cards were um most of the cards were wands, there could be something about like drive and personal motivation that the universe is calling you to like make more decisions and most importantly take more actions, because I feel like now that you've done so much introspection, there's kind of been a call for just a bit more action. That's my theory from like hearing that so far, because I mean, wands, I often look upon it as the element of fire. Of course, depends on the school that you ask, but it feels like it's very much like a call for more action during this season, or like whenever you got the planetary spread. Because some people have gotten the planetary spread without doing it for their birthday per se. Like the first time I did it actually was not a birthday thing. Which is interesting, because like Saturn retrograde's happening right now. Come to think of it, Fern, are you in your Saturn return? Because that could totally explain it. Mm. Ah. Yeah, come to think of it, what sign is this retrograde in? Okay. Saturn retrograde in 2026 lasts from July 26th to December 10th, occurring primarily in the sign of Aries. Okay. Okay. So yeah, totally understands why Saturn's kind of kicking your butt right now. That explains it. Yeah, especially with it being a fire sign. So the next card that we got for you here is the Storm. These are cards I rarely pull with this deck, so it's interesting that this stuff is actually popping up here. And the Storm, it revolves around emotions. But in particular, when emotions get overwhelming, almost to the point of kind of almost getting trapped by them. The best way I can really describe it is, if you've seen Inside Out 2, the moment where like anxiety is like almost doing like a tornado of tasks. That's what it's feeling like. The sense of like, I can fix it, but like hyper focusing on the fix is where the issue lies. Maybe it's not necessarily about the fix, but just allowing yourself to be okay with what is. Partially. And then once you're okay with what is, then it makes it easier to focus on what you can do. That's what I'm feeling with that. That's interesting. That is really interesting. Huh. Okay, so last Sakura card that I got for you is the Sword. And I've talked about the Sword several times on this channel, so I don't have to like talk too much more about it. The Sword in like the Sakura cards' case, it's a little bit different. So the Sword, a lot of times, it talks about in terms of like cutting through the BS to get to the truth and being decisive with it. But it only happens through skillful means. In the case of the Sword in Sakura card lore, there's kind of a bit of a compensation aspect to it a lot more, and it emphasizes more of the danger and the emphasis on the skillful means rather than like what the skillful means can do. So, because the Sword can be rather destructive when not handled rightly. And here's the other interesting thing. Two of the cards that I drew for you, the Sword and the Through, they're under the domain of the Fiery. And the Fiery is under confidence and determination. And considering that you mostly got wands, that seems to be indicating where you need to focus your efforts, is cultivating that self-confidence. Oh. You know, there are two different swords, right? There are two different swords. And the Storm is under the domain of the Windy, which is about truth and honesty and fairness. So that is very much more sword energy, which is interesting. which is kind of funny considering the 2 tarot cards that I pulled out for you. That's really funny. 5 of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Very sword heavy in this case. You're getting swords with me, and then you're getting wands with Hyun. What is this? What is this? Okay. I think I might be overthinking this. And I think it's like, I think this card's almost warning me that I might be cheating. Like, that's like, I might be cheating. Saturn is ruled by my chart ruler, which is an air. Okay, that makes more sense. That makes a lot more sense with all the swords. But, yeah. 5 of Swords, it's like, this is where the first question of Victor what cost comes in, because it also could signify cheating sometimes, or like having an unfair advantage. And it's like, I kind of feel like I'm getting kind of smacked a little bit, because depending on the deck that Hyun used, it makes a lot more sense, because I feel like this deck is actually more cat-like. A lot more catty than it usually is. It's weird. But yeah, it's like, I feel like there's like a lot of stuff that I can't exactly tell you, because it's like there's some things that you just have to find out for yourself when it comes to the planetary spread, which is probably why the through came out. In my case with the Sakura cards, it's like the only way to be able to figure this out is to go through it. I think you're more of my source side almost all the time. Maybe. And yet the funniest thing is that two of the Sakura cards that I pulled for you were from the Fiery. So that's really interesting. And then the Queen of Swords, I'm feeling like it's a call for you to like see the bigger picture. To pay attention to what this wand energy is in store for you. Like, there's a lot going on. I might try one more tarot deck. I know it's a little weird. But I feel like trying one more. My usual. I'll be right back. I'll try a rune as well, because I know like the runes really liked you. Yeah, I'm confused too. It's like there's kind of like this, it feels like there's kind of like this resistance when it comes to me being able to tell you more. It's weird. It's like, it's so hush hush. And it's not usually how it goes. It's like it's not telling me anything. Okay, buddy. How about you tell me something? Humor me. The fact that I had to pull out a second, actually now a third deck, that tells you something. Bro, it's really not letting me know anything. I got the 10 of Swords. Like, it shot out. What the hell? What the helly? It really does not want me to know. It's like, no. Stop asking. It's like, y'all being so catty. I did want to look at the time. I felt the urge to look at timing. And according to this chart, I forgot where I got this from. Oh, Joy Vernon. According to timing by Joy Vernon, Ten of Swords is around Gemini season. So like June 11th through the 20th. I don't get what that means, but I felt the urge to look. Yeah, I think the tarot's not telling me anything, so I think the runes will be where it's at. So I'll try to get at least one that could give me a bit more of a hint. There could be higher force interfering. I'm gonna try the runes at least, see if it could tell me more, and if they're not gonna bother telling me, then it's like, okay, I got something. So we got, I think it's Feihu. Let me see if I remember my runes correctly. Yep, Feihu, the very first one in the Eight of Freya. And it's about potential wealth and money. Let's read this rune. Oh yeah, I did pull this for you, didn't I? Let's look at this meaning again. Yeah. Feihu. Movable wealth, such as money or possessions. When it's symbol side up, which it was, it's prosperity, especially through your own endeavors, financial security, successful prosperity, successful property negotiations, the reduction of financial problems, unexpected good luck. The basic meaning of Feihu is wealth, especially in the sense of money or assets built up through hard work and use when needed. Cattle were a mobile asset, and the Vikings took them along to the new lands. But the old Norse rune poem warns that greed for money causes strife among kinsfolk, and so we should not be obsessed with making or holding on to money at the price of happiness. This rune appears in readings. Consider whether it relates to issues of emotional rather than financial security, and whether the true picture is being revealed. And the blanks I didn't show up, so let's see. This is a good time for any speculation on money-making schemes, especially involving ventures further from home, including through the internet, and an improvement in any money worries. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think there might be some higher force interference. I'm not able to get through this wall. But it's like, yeah, it just feels like yes, I remember this. But yeah, it's like it feels like everything's kind of hinting at like I mean, how long ago was this reading with all the wands? Okay. Let me see. It's been a hot minute. All right. Come on, Discord. Please open back up. Oh wait, I had it on my phone. I forgot. So this read was okay, so this is literally when I was in Japan, actually. Yeah, this is back when I was in Japan, actually. It was like a few days in. Yeah, I know some of these stories, actually. The one that stands out to me the most, based on what I'm seeing here, the part that's really standing out to me most was the Seven of Wands in particular with John Henry. Yeah, that tale is the one that's standing out to me the most. I don't know why. I do not remember exactly. I don't remember exactly what the position is in terms of the spread, but you might want to look in the story of the Seven of Wands in particular, because I have a feeling that might give you the answer. Because that John Henry story. Interesting. Yeah, John Henry, that's the one that's standing out to me the most, for sure. So maybe worth looking into that again. Maybe maybe that's where I can get some answers. Okay, you're back. Awesome. Welcome back. Um but yeah, maybe that could give me the answers to what's going on. Okay, let me try the tarot one more time. Can you give me a hint in terms of the John Henry card? Because there's multiple ways you can look at John Henry, but like the one thing you can't overlook is in particular the tragedy of John Henry and the overwork. For those who don't know, John Henry is like an African American mythic folk hero, a steel driving, um, a steel driving worker essentially, and well, working on the railroad. And one day, the railroad company, um, the railroad company puts in a machine that it's supposed to basically replace workers like John Henry. But then John Henry's like, I want to challenge this machine. I want to challenge this machine that like I can do, like I'm a steel driving man. I can go past what this machine can do. And so the company's like, okay, challenge accepted. And yeah, basically he outperformed the machine. He outperformed the machine through his dedication and his swiftness, but it also came, depending on what version of the story it is, it also came at the cost of his life. It came at a great cost of his life. And so you could look at it like John Henry could looked upon in multiple ways. It could be looked upon as maybe like old versus new methods. Um old versus new methods, dedicate dedication in the face of I mean, especially like if you're taking it with the modern context, dedication in the face of artificial intelligence in some ways. That's a little bit too modern of an interpretation, but that's one way you can put it. But regardless, the tragedy is, regardless of what way you look at it, and even with winning the battle, he lost the war that was his life. That loss can't be overstated. So that explains why I kept on pulling the sense of like victory, but at what cost? Maybe that's why the swords came up. In particular, the Five of Swords. Also, that also brings up the question of victory at what cost. It's the John Henry story. I see. Which, in some ways, this is what you're supposed to do. Is that loyalty? But then, at the same time, how far is too far in terms of your well-being, your soul? And in some things, it's not, you might not be able to theorize it. You might have to just test it to see with physical evidence. And then, okay, this makes more sense now. Okay, so we got the Seven of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles here. So, yeah, I'll fix it. So the Nine of Pentacles, it's a balance. It's a call for balance. And if anything, I think the biggest thing that like the wands are talking about is protecting your peace and protecting your, well, not protecting your peace, but like it's more so like protecting what is valuable to you so that way you could show up more fully in whatever it is that you want to do, be it your work, be it your relationships, be it whatever you need to do. That's the biggest message I'm getting from this. Like, there's a sense of the wands are there to teach you how to remember that you are a person with wants and desires too, that needs to be filled by the other party. You don't always have to cover every single thing. It's okay to be nurtured and supported too. You don't have to do everything on your own. Yes. This exactly. You don't have to go scorched earth. Because even the sun, in its nurturing vibes, if it gets too close, stuff burns. So all the more reason why you gotta be more careful. Right? Whew, that's what I got for you. Took a little bit, but we eventually got there. We eventually figured it out. So call me your daddy. I'm gonna get Jenny, since I know she's probably like, she's like 10 a.m. 10 a.m. on a Monday probably, or 9 a.m. on a Monday. So I'm gonna do her first, and then I'm gonna do do you. Is that all right? Yeah, of course. Like, that was a little bit of a puzzle, but I think I eventually figured out why certain cards were coming out the way they were. That was really a challenge, but it was a good challenge, I will say. And don't worry, with me, like, going back and forth with getting the cards, it stretched me out, so I'm okay. Oh, he isn't even in chat. Oh, okay. So all right, that's no problem. So it looks like, Jenny, you're the last person I have for tonight. So what would you like to ask me? So Jenny, I can't answer that question unfortunately because I'm not the greatest when it comes to timing readings. I can do more speculative stuff, but I can't give certain timings because there's some things where it's going to happen when it's going to happen. But do you have any other questions that you have? I could easily pull anything else. You sure? It is? Interesting. Um, well, bare minimum, I can give you some, maybe some, like, advice. And we'll go from there. Let's see what we got. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. So for you, Jenny, it's not much that I can give you, but hopefully it gives you something that you can work towards. So we've got a Knight of Swords here. And the Knight of Swords, again, it's like, he's like the hero who saves the world before bedtime. So very much about defending one's beliefs and honesty, almost to the point where it gets a little too brutal sometimes. So the important thing for you at this point, I think maybe at some point you might need to actually reach out to him, to Fergus, and not just wait for an answer. Sometimes you got to initiate something to get an answer, and that's how you'll get it. So don't be afraid to reach out to him. Give him a call, maybe send a text, and see what happens. And trust that whatever outcome that needs to happen is what you needed at that moment. So I know it's not a timing thing, but hopefully it answers your question, answers something that you might be wondering about. Of course. And it looks like CMYD is out of the chat, so it looks like tonight is the end of today's session. So the circle was open, but unbroken still. All right. So with that, it is the end of tonight's Oracle forecast. And I know this ran a little long, a little out of practice, but there was a lot that needed to be said. And yeah, of course, I'm gonna hydrate after this, of course. But yeah, this was a pretty good session. I hope you all had a great time and a very insightful time. I still need to figure out what in the heck am I gonna do with the Nanoka special this year, but we will figure this out. We will figure this out day by day. Yeah, we will see. We will see what we're gonna do, but we'll get to it. You're gonna have to let me know what he wants to tell me for sure. But anyway, here's what's happening next time. So Friday we got the Nanoka special, so keep an eye out for that. And if I happen to be in the mood for like any other streams, just keep an eye out for notifications. I'm been a little bit more spontaneous than usual. So that's interesting. So more tarot streams are coming up Saturday and Sunday. This Saturday might be a little tricky because coming Saturday might be a little tricky because I'm going to New York for the Queen Herbie concert and the exhibition. So maybe presume there's no stream on Saturday unless I happen to maybe like somehow do maybe like a street live stream. Who knows? Sunday we'll have another Oracle forecast, so keep an eye out for that. And then later on this month and early September is going to be my study abroad vlogs. So get ready to hear some of my adventures in Japan, but a lot more in depth. So get ready for that. Now, in terms of the charities of the season, it's the Betweeniors Network, which is a network of senior citizens who want to connect more with their community. They are currently looking for people to start up the inaugural board for the organization. So if you want to find out more, the link is in the Instagram page in the description, and also my thread on Discord. In Discord, I put a thread for all the charities that I've done up until this point for this year. And then the other one is the Japanese Red Cross Society. I also put the Kumamoto City charity in the Discord section as well, if you want to support the earthquake recovery efforts. They were still in the midst of recovering from the 2016 earthquake, so this happening 10 years later, oh boy. Really praying for their recovery at this point. And I also posted this in the description of my Discord as well. But fellow YouTuber, like artist YouTuber as well. I followed him for a very long time. Jazza, his wife Kate recently got diagnosed with a very rare form of breast cancer. They don't know what stage it's at, but she's partway through her chemo series, and at some point she is going to need to get surgery. And the kind that she has isn't covered by Australian insurance. It's going to take about the equivalent of around maybe like 25,000 USD. And I've seen firsthand what cancer can do, albeit in a different context, and it really devastates people financially. So I hope that we can give him and his family a bit more of a buffer. They're already going through a bit of a downturn recently with the studio, and the last thing they need is their family to go under as well. So if you want to contribute, I put his campaign linked in my Discord thread as well. If you wanted to see that, he has an auction going up until I believe August 9th. So you got at least another weekend to buy stuff if you want to. And he also has a GoFundMe page, which they've already doubled their goal, but let's triple it because with treatments like this, you just never know. So let's give him a buffer to make sure he and his family are going to be A-okay for the remainder of this year. All right. I really like his stuff, so they want him to get through 2026 with no worries. Speaking of campaigns, I'm also currently doing a sale on my coffee page where I am doing tarot readings for the equivalent of 2,000 yen. So from the moon to the star tiers, it is offered at $12. So it's the lowest it's going to be. And you basically have until this Thursday to get those reads, after which it's going to go back to its regular pricing, and the regular pricing for the rest of them, it's going to change out of this range thing. So keep an eye out for that. Other ways you can help me grow, you can continue tuning into the channel. I get ad revenue. I also get turbo bonuses. You can donate via the coffee page or bits, because the coffee page also does donations. Or you can purchase items on the coffee shop on the right side of the screen. Some of the stuff that I do here, I also do in the shop itself, but even more detailed, and it includes our PDF report that will give you more of an extensive breakdown of what everything means. Anyway, here's all the places you can find me outside of this channel. I simulcast on Twitch and YouTube. I also have Blue Sky. I have Discord, like I said earlier. I've been posting quite a bit on my TikTok, so you can feel free to watch those. The vlogs will be my second channel, Theological Otaku. If you want to read some of my writing, I have a Substack, thirdnerd.substack.com. I mentioned a coffee shop a couple times, so I'm not going to inundate you a little bit too much. I also have a throne wish list for anybody who wants to purchase stuff. It's obviously 100% optional. Throne.com/Tondercia. And finally, I have something called Hypesy, which is like a it's like a spiritual entrepreneurship, social media like page / live reading service. So if the coffee page is being too much, that's another way you can catch me. So finally, this episode was filmed in the lands of the Nanticoke and Lenape indigenous peoples. If you want to find out whose indigenous lands you occupy and maybe add some more information, please check out native-land.ca for more information about this. I especially implore my African and Asian siblings to please contribute to the site, even if it's just for historical purposes. Please do that, because then it helps people get more in touch with their ancestral history, and if I help somebody to be able to get back in touch with that side of themselves, I've done my job. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get going. No doubt peeps are wondering, like, what's going on? Why are y'all being so isolated upstairs? Like, well, I do live streams on the weekends, so that's why. But anyway, gonna go ahead and send you guys to a raid. For those who missed out on doing readings, I think I will pass you on to, I will recommend, this is really cool. This is really cool. I'm going to have to link this, but I'm going to send you somewhere else. I'm going to send you to a gaming channel probably. But for those who missed out on readings, I'm going to recommend this one channel called, I definitely need to check this out personally as well at some point. This channel called Tarot Lady in a Church. That's pretty interesting. But I'm going to send you guys to Fasani. She's playing Sly Cooper too. So I'm going to send you there. I think she also does tarot, come to think of it, but I haven't seen her do it yet. So there's that. But anyways, I send you guys to Fasani. But yeah, until next time, thank you so much. Um, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. And until next time, stay safe out there. Don't forget to be awesome. And as always, may your heart be your guiding key. Till next time, I'll see you later. Bye bye. And for those who are watching the replay or watching on YouTube, it's the end of the video. And for those who are watching on Twitch, stand by for a raid.